Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I was like, oh crap.
Sorry about that. This is my second.
Okay. I was like,
it's my second Zoom call ever, so I'm not an expert at it.
It's my fault, so.
Angie's here too. You just can't see her.
Hi, Trisha.
Hi.
So, who wants to ask the questions first? Do you want to ask?
I feel like you should kind of lead it. So.
Okay,
you guys lead and I follow.
Okay, cool. So I'm just gonna pretend like I'm talking to the audience here. So everyone, this is our friend Trisha. We've known each other a long time. How many years? Like,
I think 10.
No, longer, because I remember meeting you in Long Beach in 98.
Oh.
At the conference.
Okay, I don't remember this.
And you had really short hair and oxygen.
Yep. Yeah. It was before the pomegranate. Angie, how do we fix your head?
Do you want to tilt this screen?
Here, let's just do this. There, that's better.
If you're, on the YouTube channel, it makes sense to make sure you're in it.
She doesn't like the camera, like I told you.
I know, but it's Angie and Haley present.
Right?
That's true.
So, anyhow, Trisha wanted to do a joint video with us and just kind of bounce questions off each other. So, without further ado, we're going to start off by asking Trisha some questions. And she knows about the questions already. She's approved of them. There's no surprises here. So let's just get to it.
Do you want to give a little history of who I am?
Do you want to?
No, you go ahead.
You want me to give the history of you?
It's your YouTube.
So we met at a Osteogenesis Imperfecta conference back. My earliest memory was back in 98 in Long Beach. And ever since then, we've kind of been keeping in touch. The last time I saw Trisha was in Portland at the 2010 conference in Portland, Oregon. And Trisha is, how old are you?
30.
She's 30. She's married. How long have you been married?
9 years.
9 years.
Had to think about that.
And also, she is a mom. And we'll get more into that later. But how old is Maven?
He's 4.
4. He seems older.
Yeah, he's like an old child.
Yeah. So, in regards to being a mom, Trisha, how was it for you dealing with the negativity and the doubt surrounding you getting pregnant and having a child? How did you deal with that? Like, how did you not let that get you down or change your decision? What was your coping mechanism for dealing with that?
So I would start off by saying that I did not tell very many people that I wanted to have a baby. I didn't tell family for sure. And I kept it, like my friends and my caregivers, a very tight circle. Not very many people knew, because I knew that it wasn't going to be a positive attitude. So I purposely didn't go out of my way and say, like, I want to have a baby. Let's do this. I figured once people found out, I assumed that they would be a lot more supportive because there was already a baby on the way. Mm-hmm. Obviously, if you read my blog, you know that that's not that happened. But that's what I assumed would happen, and that's how I proceeded, was to make sure that I didn't have to deal with negativity until it was here. Obviously, that's not what happened. But once I was pregnant and once I started getting the negative feedback, I got very defensive. I obviously lifted up the positives even more than I wanted to, because I was trying to prove that people, like, everything was okay, we were doing good, which we were, but there were times that we're struggling. So I purposely was very positive, and the plan went good. When it went good, they always did go good, but there was some, the girl a little nervous, things like that, but I never showed that because of how many people were so negative that I felt like I had to defend myself and my pregnancies, and especially Maven's pregnancy. And once, things got further and I knew that more than likely we were going to have a successful outcome, I got really defensive in the point that it was like, either you get on my team or get out of my way. And so that's kind of, and then even after he was born, the same kind of thing. It was, now you got to be a part of it, when it wasn't always positive. So I just kind of, it's get on board, and you should have been on board when it was going down, or stay out of the way.
Right. And I bet a lot of those people now, did any of them apologize, or?
No, most of them justify themselves. They were scared, they were this, they were that. And I respect that, and I can understand where that comes from.
Yeah.
But from my perspective, I needed as much cheering on as I could get.
Sure.
I needed a lot more, you got this, then you're scared, and I didn't get that. And so I would say that's actually my hardest thing about being a mom still, is I still have a lot of resentment, a lot of anger, because, people now got to be very supportive of Maven, and it's like, but you weren't always supportive.
Yeah.
And so I kind of.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt
No,
you.
you're fine.
I was just going to say, are all these people still in your life, or have you cut
No,
ties?
I've had to cut some ties.
Yeah.
I've had to make some difficult decisions and cut some people out. But other people, it depended on how, it really was a situational base. And some of them I didn't cut out because of that. I cut out, there was a lifetime of problems too,
Right.
so.
Right. Wow, I can't even imagine what you went through, and even just getting pregnant, like, I can't imagine it. I have no idea what that's like, and I look up to you, and I think you're a really strong, brave person.
It
Thank
does
you.
take a lot of strength.
Yeah, because even average body women, struggle with
Yeah,
pregnancy.
I would say it's worth it. Like, Maven's amazing, and
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it again. Like,
No, you won't do it again.
but
But you would adopt, right?
yeah, we want to adapt eventually, but right now we'll just focus on Maven.
Okay, well, that was a good answer. Thank you for sharing your story.
Thank you.
And babe, do you want to ask the next question?
Sure.
Here, you take that.
Oh, this one was my question. Was Michael your first love? Like your first true love?
Yes. Yep, Michael, we met when we were 18, we were both 18. We'd only been moved out from each other's parents' houses, like, I don't know, 6 months. And, yeah, when we met, I fell in love first. I was the one that was pursuing him. And he said he didn't want to date, and yeah. And there was 2 other girls that I know of that were chasing him, and I kind of ran them off. Oops.
Good for
That
you.
a girl.
It happens.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
All right, number 3. How has your life changed since becoming a mother?
Everything's changed. I mean, like today I wasn't feeling the greatest, but you still gotta be a man. Like, I still gotta shut up and do what I need to do. I mean, obviously I'll use TV if I need to, or other tools, but at the same point, he still needs fed. He still needs, the attention, whatever he needs. I can't just, have a lazy day or have like I'm gonna be lazy today. We're gonna stay in bed all day. Yeah, by a little while later, I'm like, okay, he's had 2 hours of TV. I gotta do something with him.
Ah,
So that would be the biggest thing. And then obviously, like Michael and I were together. I guess been together 12 years, so 9 years or so. I don't know. I'm bad at math. 7 years. We were together 7 years. But still, we had Maven, ish. And so we had a lot of alone time. We had a lot of time that, we had a lot of quality time. And now, obviously, with Maven, it's the 3 of us, and there's not a lot of mommy and daddy time. We try, but at the same point, we are both really grateful for Maven and don't really like to be away from him.
mhm.
Like, both of us. And so it's like, we just take Maven with us, and it's like, but then I kind of miss the mom and dad time too.
Yeah. And that was one of our questions also. I think that was your question, honey, was do you guys still make time for date night and time just for you two as a couple?
Yeah, we try. He, and his days off, we try to like have time on the couch when Maven's taking a nap or sleeping, and hang out together. Occasionally we'll go on an outing and get a babysitter. But not as much as we probably should, and that we're used to, obviously. But yeah, we try here and there.
It's hard, yeah, I know. I can't, like I said, I can't imagine.
We have a hard enough time just having a dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't imagine with a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if your dog's anything like our dogs, they climb right in the bed in between us.
Oh yeah.
Where'd you go? There you
Oh,
go.
there she is.
It alerted me that the iPad is dying. I'm gonna move it for a second. But
Okay.
I've got a charger. We're good. It is bad.
So let's see. Another question is kind of off topic. Tell us about your blog and what prompted you to start that blog, Trisha?
So, throughout my whole life, obviously, you've probably been told the same thing. You should write a book. You should journal. You should la 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 la.
Yeah.
And I am, while I seem very strong, I am very strong, but I also take people's opinions really deep down, and it really, like, it doesn't matter if it's a stranger or my closest friend. When they say something, it bothers me for weeks, days, hours.
That's kind of like me too.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't want to be in the public eye and have people say, you shouldn't be a mom, Maven's suffering, whatever people might say. I don't even know.
Yeah.
But as I've had Maven and basically proven to myself and everybody else, like, I've got this, I've done it. Like, Michael is very hands-on. It's mostly on me. I'm a stay-at-home mom. Michael was gone last summer for 2 weeks, and it was me and Maven, and the caregiver was here to help me, but they can't help with Maven. And so, once I've proven to myself that, I've been doing it, and I can do it, and, like, there's not this fear of, like, CPS getting involved, Maven's safety at risk. I've been more comfortable sharing our story, and I've had a lot of people with LI especially that are either getting pregnant or are pregnant, panicking, and I'm like, I've had a couple of people, and I'm like, okay, maybe I need to make this public, because when I was pregnant, I knew a few people too that I wanted to read. I wanted to see, like, how did you pick him up? How did you, like, how did you do it? Like, when people say, you just figure it out, I was like, that's the stupidest answer I've ever heard. Like, how? And there was nothing. I tried every way to find stuff online. And it was the only thing I found with bird shows was people that are average height that I can see how they could pick up a baby, but no show. I am not average height. In fact, Maven was half the size of me when he came out. So by the time he came into the hospital, he was, decent size. And I was like, how am I going to take care of this kid? And I had no resources, nothing. And I thought, I need to show this.
Yeah.
And then I've just kind of said stuff to my family and friends. And as things have developed, I finally was like, you know what, I'm just going to do it. So.
Well, and
That's
you
awesome.
have. Yeah. You have done so much, and that's why I wanted to have you on our channel, is to, show people that, just because you have a disability doesn't mean you can't be a parent.
Yeah.
Or in my case, just because you're disabled doesn't mean you can't
Have a relationship or find love.
Yeah, because that's a common misconception that it really gets under my skin.
My favorite is when they ask about like intimacy. Shut up.
Yeah,
like
right?
I didn't ask you about yours, so don't
Yeah.
ask me about mine. Like Michael gets so mad at that question. I'm like, I can see how they want to know, but at the same time, I didn't go up to you and be like, hey, no. So when it was just Michael and I, that was a common thing.
Or does Michael ever hear comments like, "Oh, you're so giving," or "You have such a big heart"?
Yeah, they always tell him, you must be a special guy to even consider dating someone. I'm like, dude, he's the lucky man.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, what about me? Like, what, you think Angie's just,
the saint?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I am, but no, I'm just kidding. No, Haley's the saint. She puts up with a lot.
You're pretty saintly, honey.
Nah.
Is that a word, saintly?
I don't think so. Is it?
I don't know. It's a good question.
Saintly.
My feet are falling asleep.
You should know.
I think it is. I'm not sure.
We're gonna say it is.
Yeah,
we're gonna say it is.
Was that our last question?
I believe so. Yeah.
She's got to get
readjusting because my feet are they're falling asleep.
So how do you guys normally do these?
In another room.
With the different camera.
Yeah.
You guys making it complicated.
We don't always have our crap together, Trisha. That's the truth.
They call us.
That's why I was like, yeah, 6 o'clock sounds good. And I was like, you dummy, why are we not doing it when he's sleeping? That's a smart thing to do.
Right?
Because otherwise, Mom.
That's all right. We change. Things happen. Things change. We're flexible as long as you are.
Totally.
Yep.
Don't judge our equipment or lack thereof.
I'm using an iPad, so I have no room to judge. That's sitting on my counter.
I am getting a new camera soon, so hopefully that will make our footage a little bit clearer.
That'd be interesting. I use my phone. That's it.
Yeah, we use our phone mostly, too.
The phone comes in handy.
Uh-huh.
It's just, and then.
Yeah.
Okay, so my question for you, two, is what's your favorite activity to do together?
I would say we like to go on walks when it's not too hot or too cold.
The weather has to be perfect.
Yeah, with Adam, because, I don't know, it's just like time out in nature. We're not like on our phones, and we're just talking and enjoying each other's company. So I would definitely say that's one of them.
And enjoying the fresh air or the scenery or whatever.
Yeah, and before COVID, we'd like to try out new restaurants together. That's probably the second favorite thing that we do together. Do you have anything else?
That's an important one. I'd say, going out to eat and going outdoors wherever it's accessible to just have that quality time together.
And we love vlogging. Like, we love doing this together. At least I do. I can't always speak for Angie, but I don't know. Like, sometimes when we're vlogging, we get into this mode where we just like vibe off each other, and it's like magic. Like at first it's kind of rocky, and then we just get into this groove
When
where
we start talking. And
Yeah.
Yeah. It works out pretty good. But
It's
a lot
like
of
its
the
own
times
little.
I'm shy, so
yeah,
It's like its own counseling session.
yeah, it can
Totally.
be, yeah.
and that's what
For
we
sure.
want to provide for people too. It's just like, I don't know, maybe if we can help them out with something they're struggling with or something,
Hmm.
give little tidbits here and there. It's always good.
Yeah,
I like it. That's basically what Michael and I like to do. Go on walks, go out to eat, and we like to camp, but that's always an adventure because it's a lot of work on him and not very much on me. And
Yep.
so we like to do it, but it's a lot of work on him.
it is a
So-
lot of work. I know. I come with a lot of equipment when we go anywhere. Like
Yeah.
for an extended stay, I have to take my toilet seat and my wheelchair charger, and
Unless we happen to find a yurt that has a bathroom.
yeah, I still have to take my toilet. though.
They're not always available. Oh yeah, that's true. Last time the yurt didn't have a bathroom.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
That was an adventure.
Uh-huh. But
So
speaking of,
Michael got really good at taking me to the bathroom in the woods. He got to be a pro because we used to drive 8 hours when I lived in college, and we'd come home to visit family. And on that road to my house, to the school in here, there was not a ton of rest stops, and I had to pee, and you figure it out. So yeah, we have some adventures of no toilet. You make it look in the wilderness on the side of the road.
There you go. You got to do what you got to do.
yep, yeah.
But,
Definitely.
but yeah, sorry to cut you off. I didn't mean to cut you
No,
off.
I was just gonna say, side note, speaking of equipment, I really like your bathtub chair thingy.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a question about it though.
Yeah.
Does it lay back?
Yes. It reclines. Then sits down.
Oh, so
Then
you
it's-
can't lay it down when it's up.
No.
Okay.
So then like if you sat on it and then lays down and then you're in the bathtub, then it lays back.
Because the issue with me is I can't sit the way you sit, like with your legs straight out like that.
Yeah.
I can't sit like that.
Can you sit? I know the laugh track, everybody.
That's
So,
okay.
Can you sit like? Is it you can't sit straight up?
No,
Okay.
no, my hips don't bend very far. Like if you saw me in my chair now, it almost looks like I'm like standing because my hips don't bend at the waist very much, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So they might have other ones. I like it. Michael likes it. Even like when I'm fractured, he's like, that would have been so handy when you were pregnant. Because like lifting me in and out of the tub, and that was like the only thing that gave me comfort. If I could have figured out how to live in the tub, my life would have been a lot easier.
Yeah,
during
I
pregnancy.
bet.
But he
Yeah.
would struggle to like lift me with my belly, and he's like, "Man, if I would have had this when you were pregnant, it would have been so much easier because he can put me on it, and then I can lower myself in rather than." And he said, even for a fracture, he likes it because bumping me around with the bathtub, he
Yeah.
can just stick me on it, and then I
Lower
put
you
myself
down.
down.
Yeah, I want something like that because my caregiver, one of my caregivers, she doesn't lift me in the bathtub. I shower on a shower bench,
Yeah,
but that doesn't lower down into the tub.
yeah.
So the showers get very cold for me, and I'm not a fan. I would love something where I can get in the tub, so I don't have to get cold.
Yeah.
Like getting me in and out can be risky.
Yeah, it's risky, but
For
Yeah,
for
same
me and
with me.
her.
I've had a breaks from that.
So, yeah. Anyhow, side note there.
But I can look around and see. Have you asked your whatever equipment store you use? 'Cause
No, I haven't gone into the equipment store lately, but I should go and look around.
and just ask them.
Yeah, because I was thinking even if Angie put you on it and sideways, and
Yeah.
then held your head as you ran it down, and then turned you. Then she was down. I don't know. I'm
that could
thinking.
work. As long as my feet or legs wouldn't get bumped. You know,
No, I don't think they would, because you put. How tall are you?
I'm 2'10".
Yeah, same time. You're exactly as high as me. So
she knows.
yeah, your legs
That's cool.
wouldn't, because I could do that. I'd play around with it as my mindset, as my idea, and do a video, and then I'll show you. And I
Yeah.
might even put it on the blog or the YouTube so that I can show someone else in case they're like you.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
Uh-huh.
That's good.
Yeah, Angie hasn't even seen it yet, but I was telling her about your shower thing, and I was like, oh, you would love this.
That's cool. You
Yeah.
need that.
Yeah.
Michael hated coming home from work before the shower bench, the bath chair, because I am a bath fan. It helps my bones. You can't find me some days because I'm just hiding in the bathtub. And I would literally, he would pay in the driveway, and I would be outside in the driveway being like, can I take a bath? Can you let me in the bath? Yeah, he hated that question. Because he never wanted to tell me no, but he's like, I don't want to give you a bath. Because, he has to stay awake to make sure he can get me out, and it's a really process.
Yeah, we've had similar
You
conversations.
have to be fully present of mind, so there's no whoops.
Yep.
Yeah. Angie can relate to Mike, I'm sure.
Yeah, definitely. Or when, she just doesn't feel like taking a shower, then I'll bathe her.
Yeah, I hate showers. I hate showers.
I do too.
I always envision like a tub that can lift up, that you can raise up to your height, so you can just easily lift someone but that would be a huge.
They just need a small tub for little people like us. They don't need a, like, we could probably be in like a milk or water trough. It doesn't gotta be very big.
Hey, I love your wedding ring, by the way.
Thanks.
Beautiful.
Thanks.
Very beautiful.
Pretty. Yes.
I like yours too. I was staring at it.
Oh, thank you. Thanks. I love it too. Never comes off.
My engagement, yeah, mine neither. My engagement ring broke because we had two separate rings.
Oh.
And it broke. Yeah, Michael's sad about that. Oops. And then, of course, I went to take it to the jeweler, and they told me it was gonna be a ton of money, even though he bought the warranty.
Yeah.
And they switched computer programs, and they couldn't find us in there. So I lost it in the process of taking it to the jeweler, taking it to my house, and never found it since. I'd convinced myself that somebody had to have taken it, because I literally cannot find it.
The ring.
The ring.
Bummer.
Ooh.
Oh man.
Yep.
Yeah, that would suck.
Because it was in 2 pieces. And I took it, and it was a little mess.
What a bummer.
So, that is.
So what's your next question?
Let's see here. Yeah, we only have 15 minutes.
Yep, we gotta hurry. Can't believe it's been that long already.
I know, when you're 35 minutes, I'm thinking, we're going to get chatting, and it's going to be longer.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, that is your long-term goal with your YouTube channel?
I'll let you answer that, honey.
I think our long-term goal is to get more subscribers, to grow our channel. What was the other one?
I said to do collabs with other YouTubers.
Right, there you go. Yeah, do more collabs.
Not necessarily interabled couples, but I don't know. Anyone. I'm really into food vlogging, so I'd love to do a collab with a famous food-related YouTuber.
YouTuber.
Yeah.
That would be good.
And going into this, it was never about the money for me, but now that I know how much work is involved in YouTube, it would be nice to see some return, not
get compensated. Yeah, because it's a lot of work.
Uh-huh.
And yeah.
And with COVID now, it's like it limits our ideas of videos because we can't go as many places.
You can't go out and about. And
Yeah.
You know, I mean, yeah, we can go out, but everywhere you go here, you have to wear a mask, and we all know how comfortable masks are. I mean, I know you have to go out because you're a mom and you're shopping, and you know you got things to do. So I
So
think
for me, the masks, the whole thing on the mask for me is I was completely at home for about a month. And it was so held because Maven was starting to forget how to act in public even. He was forgetting how to interact with people. The first time he had a play date over here, he literally was naughty. Like I was screaming at him the whole time because he had forgotten. And I had him so trained how to be in public, how to be like with friends, how to be like, this is okay, this is not. And he lost all of it. So for me, that I don't like going out, I would rather be like you and Angie and just, yeah, we're going to stay at home.
yeah,
I realized how severe that was affecting him and how I felt like at some point I wasn't going to be able to get it back.
right.
He would just be like a wild animal and forget.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
I didn't even
really
think of that.
important. Yeah, that's really
Yeah.
Because
important.
I have gotten some backlash on social media when they see me out in public. And I'm like, I understand there's a huge risk by me being out. But
A backlash from who? Like just your friends or what?
just people like social media. I mean, they're not held. They're just like, you're out? You're right? Yes, I am.
Yeah.
I don't have, like, I have a choice, but I don't have a choice.
Yeah, you're doing it for your child, and
Mhm.
Yeah.
you know how to
And
be
it also,
safe and cautious.
sorry, it also backs up on my point of like, I thought to live. I thought to live a normal life. If I just say, oh, COVID might kill me, what is that saying to my, how I've lived my whole life?
Yeah, and what example is that living to Maven as well?
And my blog. What is it saying on my blog?
Yeah.
Like, it goes
Good point.
against everything.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Sorry to cut you off, Angie.
Oh no, you're okay.
Good question. Was did you answer everything?
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, that's the best thing that's come from it.
From the vlog?
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
I think people telling us that we lift their spirits or that something we said or did really helped their day. I think that's the most rewarding thing.
Yeah, and I really enjoyed doing the interview with Barcroft because it felt like a real like show in a way, and I've always wanted to be a part of something like that. I mean, I know it kind of sounds vain,
No,
but it's the truth. Like it was awesome, and SBSK as well. Like being a part of that was like it was a dream come true, and so I think those are my two highlights. And just meeting a lot of people through our live chat, our live videos that we do. We have a lot of regulars that watch. I mean, not like hundreds, but at least between 30 to 50
Yeah.
at a time.
Yeah, and it's good. We get a good amount of people,
But then we get the trollers as well.
which I'm sure every channel does. It takes a minute to learn how to ignore them and just not respond when you're first starting out, but yeah.
Nothing too horrible, but some things that are a little below the belt.
Yeah.
Like I had a comment from someone that says, gosh, aren't you too old to be a fan of Katy Perry? I'm like, look, she came out 12 years ago. I was in college. Like, I'm sorry if her fan base now is like 12 and under, but that wasn't the case when she first became famous. And, that's the kind of music I like. I don't think you have to be a certain age to like an artist.
Agreed.
So, what was another negative comment someone said?
Oh, I don't remember them ever. I just
I'm just trying to think because they're amusing.
we got a lot of negative comments, of course, on the what's that?
Barcroft.
The Barcroft.
The Barcroft. Yeah. Of course, people are always ready and waiting to put their nasty comments on those ones.
A lot of people say, "Oh, they look like sisters." That was one comment that was repeated. Oh, they're not really together. That's a family member. Yeah. So those are funny.
Or the fun one is that I'm a pedophile.
Oh, was that one of them?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's one of the ones
geez.
on the Barcroft.
Oh, dude. That's probably why Michael is not a huge excited fan about making his life public, because he did not handle those kind of comments very well.
People are nasty, man. They're just so nasty. But
Yeah, the big one that I anticipate if Michael ever gets on is things like, that must be so hard on him to be a caregiver. Like, it must be so much work on him.
We get those comments too. And those are the ones that really get in my skin, because Angie wouldn't be here if she didn't want it to be.
if it was
She
too
knows where
much,
the door
yeah.
is.
Yep.
And that can happen in any relationship. You know, your partner can be too much for you. It doesn't matter, you know, if you're disabled or not. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. If it works, it works.
And then the other part of it is, like, at least both of us, we were together before we married. So they, like, Michael knew, Angie knew that they were getting into. To say, like, they didn't know is like, yeah, they knew. They knew that. And that's why, like, when you guys met me in Poland, the whole reason I went on that conference was to show Michael, this is your life. This is going to be, you marry me, this is like your big picture. Because he knew me, but I wanted him to see other people.
How was that for him? Did he like it?
No.
Or was it overwhelming?
He
Well, I know
just
you
said,
you fell, remember that?
yeah, I fell.
Yeah. I couldn't believe that happened. But you know, I've done the same thing, Trisha. Same thing.
I still to this day don't know how I did it. Cannot tell you how I did it. Like, the freaking sidewalk is bigger than my day heyday in my house. How does that happen? I don't know. I had to have been, I don't know. There had to have been something.
No, I've done something very similar, and it's just,
Like, oh, I'm just gonna keep going. Oops.
But I've been sideways up. I've been actually sideways. How do you drive off a curb sideways? Still to this day,
you're
don't
lucky
know.
there's no cars that went by, or
I know.
Thank goodness. Wow.
And then 2 moms that had children with her found me and picked me up. And then, I don't know if you guys saw me after, but when I got to the hotel, I just cussed them. Carried off like a hooligan.
I wasn't there. I think we had left by that
I
point.
think we left earlier
Yeah.
that day.
Yeah, that was fun.
We only have 4 minutes left.
All right. But thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me on and letting me share my story. And I always love talking to you too, so
Well, thank you.
it's
and,
a good
you know,
excuse.
I will keep sharing your story and anything from your blog. So, you know, I like
Same with you.
helping others in the community, you know, YouTube blog community, and especially people with similar conditions. So, I like helping. So, anything that you need, just ask.
Same with you.
Thank
Same
you.
with you too.
Thank
If you need to share meal, I can share meal.
Awesome.
All right, perfect.
Thank you.
All
Keep
right.
on keeping on.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, love you.
All right.
Love you.
Peace and love.
Bye.
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 Peace.